No, I'm not. What up? I don't know what's going on. If people can see me or not. Alright. I think we're live. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the stream. It's your boy KJ here. Not financial advice. If you enjoy my streams, make sure to like and subscribe. Crazy day in the markets, if I do say so myself. Let me just... If people can see me or not. Oh, shit. What's going on? Let me just throw the link out to Twitter. We'll do that. There we go. And we'll get right into it. Made about 100 Bitcoins on Doge. Longs. Psych. I didn't know what to name the video, so I figured I'd experiment and see see if this clickbait title works. You already know. I did not play Doge. I did not see this coming whatsoever. But we're gonna look at it and see what it's gonna do next. So might as well look at it here. Make sure when you're charting, by the way, that you're charting on an exchange that the coin has price history on. So like if you went to Binance to look at Doge, it's probably listed around here somewhere in 2019. So you're not going to get the full picture. But Poloniex has been around forever. So that's the full picture. As you can see, Doge tends to do these kind of spikes, right? So that being said, be careful. Be careful. This move is being pushed by TikTok. Apparently, guys like Jake Paul and big TikTok and YouTubers and kind of like, I guess you would call them no coiners, or all of a sudden made a shill fest out of Doge, which, hey, it's good for the market, because if you've been around, one thing about Doge is, it's not alt season per se until Doge pumps. So typically, this is a good, canary in the coal mine per se for altcoin strength. And if Doge is pumping, it's usually indicative of a good risk market for altcoins in general. So never look at this as a bad thing. However, we'll talk about some other things here. But as far as I can see, obviously, Doge basically stopped right here, almost 60 sats, right at the neckline of this dump. After a move like this, a few things can happen. Typically when you see large volume, Doge behaves somewhat different than a lot of the other coins. If it breaks above 60, I would probably, if you're not in that, you could probably trade that. You can enter, and kind of long that, manage your stops, but you can pull off some nice gains on a move above. But I'm not crazy about playing in here. This can go sideways for a bit. This can retrace. It was a pretty sick move, 2x in a day, but it's not your best opportunity, in my opinion, to kind of jump on if you missed it. So what's up? Yeah, the clickbait's working. Yeah, we're bringing the people in. The link I posted on Twitter is broken. Oh, shit. Whoops. All right. Let me try this one more time. Sideways for a bit. This can retrace. Whoops. Oh, shitty link. No, it seems to be working. No? Best opportunity. Yeah, it worked. Oh. There we go. All right. Just fucking with people. I see Calio, this dude Calio hit Doge pretty good. Very good trade on his part. Yeah, you know it. YouTube's best kept secret. Like if you watch the last few streams, I feel pretty good about the direction that we gave on Monday with Cardi. Kind of outlined. Even though I said like I'm not really playing with BTC too much, we gave you the levels at where to look at, and if you remember from the stream, the level was like 94.81, very close to Kazanomics pleb eject level, which is 94.79, same area basically. And we went to 94.92, so give or take $15 or so. That's where this move stalled. So you could have played that, but personally I did not. I went for Tron and XRP, VET, ICX, some other plays. Speaking of Doge and being shilled on TikTok, I saw Justin Sun is trying to get influencers to shill Tron on TikTok. I could see that being a play. If you've been following me, I've been talking about Tron. Let me see. Yeah, let's look at it like this. So this is nice, as we discussed the other day, at this level right here was the previous high. We're above it, but today's daily closed below. Not a great sign. You get the moving average right here. This is a higher moving average. I'm not going to say exactly which one that is. You want to see that kind of act as support. We did a little bear trap below, pump back up. At this point, clearly, this is where you're looking, right here. 200 sats. If this gets above 200, I mean, you may hit a speed bump here at 205. Like, I'd say, like, if you're not in it and you want to play this, like, with conviction, this right here is really your confirmation. Similar to VET, when I said, like, 106, 107 is, like, where you want to really go for it. If this gets above 206, 207, something like that, I think it has a very strong chance to move up to right around here, 246. So that's a clean 20-25% for you, and with potential for greater upside. I mean, that's really just when you zoom out on the chart, you can see there's plenty of room. I mean, ultimately the next big target area is around 450 if it gets past there. So, I like the upside there. I like the potential to play this with leverage. Tron is something that I'm in, XRP as well. Doge, how I made $1 million. ICX, talked about it. This is the weekly here. You zoom out to the daily. This is starting to get bullish now. So we crossed over. This is your next level now, really. Like if it gets through, if it takes out this top here at 4,500, the next level is here, around 55. And above that, you can get like a pretty massive breakout. So we'll mark these levels off for you. Obviously, this is a level. So those are, and because this one's taken so long to develop, I'll look at the weekly. This is the next spot. So like 21,000 sats. That's a big move. Sounds kind of crazy. That's basically a 5x from here. But this would be the one in between. So 10,000, then 25. So these, like, if this wave breaks out and we get above this level, this is your next area. And then after that, 21K. So, you don't need to like buy into resistance. You can wait for this to clear this. And, if you're scalp trading or day trading, not going for a big play, even though 41 to 55 is quite significant, especially if you trade that with leverage, which I know they just introduced, that's you can still go, instead of buying now, you can wait until it goes above like 46, 47. That's the way I see it. Um, how do you make a small fortune in crypto? Start with a large one. Yeah, absolutely, man. Um, you know, I know people, I've done it myself, that have lost money, but also made money. And you know, for the streams that I've been doing for the past few months, I've been trying to, if you scroll back to, like, I took a break through COVID, then I came back. Um, the risk appetite within the market, not just stocks, I mean, not just Bitcoin, but everything, like across the board, stocks, gold. I mean, gold just made a new all-time high. We'll take a look at that too. But the same way, like when COVID happened and the markets crashed, all the assets that people said were like hedges against that type of a black swan event didn't end up really being hedges, did they? I mean, gold fell off a cliff. Bitcoin, we know what happened with that. Cryptos, obviously, stocks, everything went to the shitter. And once that move was finished, and Fed started printing money, people with money just wanted to put it somewhere. You put it anywhere you can. And gold, Bitcoin, stocks, cryptos, real estate, everything goes up when you're in a risk on environment. So, the fact that I see a lot of people looking at gold and kind of using it as an indicator for bearishness, but I'm not seeing it personally, not yet. You know, where there are signs that we look for, and one of the things that you can do is check out the VIX, which is the volatility index, and they have this for multiple asset classes. But Kazanomics always told me under 20 is like really kind of risk on. Like if you get under 20 on the VIX, it's like very, very, very bullish atmosphere. And obviously the VIX hit 85, which was, one second. Let me catch up on the chat. What's up, Don Bitcoins? Tron is a shitcoin. They're all shitcoins, man. Come on. You know that. James Drake, can you chart CTSI? Thanks for the hot tip. Setting alert on all. Yep. Yeah, my pleasure. Glad to help you guys out. So, yeah, back looking at VIX. Blow off top here. This is the second highest since pretty much ever. The first highest was the original Bloody Monday. Then you have banking crisis, then COVID. But now it's starting to pull back. And if you end up down here, I mean, this is just crazy bullish market for stocks. So, right now we're watching it on a closer time frame, seeing this develop. I'm not sure what it'll do here, but it's something I'm keeping an eye on. And if this were to break out and kind of go above, obviously above 45 would be really bad. But if this breaks down and does something like this, and then does this, then comes back, like this area is like crazy bull market for everything. So this is kind of what I'm watching right now on the VIX. Stocks are still looking pretty strong. We're playing a whole bunch of them. If you know how to trade on Robinhood or TD or any of these other exchanges. I mean, Robinhood's very, very noob friendly. There's a lot of things I don't like about it, but if you're somebody that just wants to get your feet wet, it's a great place to start. I mean, you can start right away. So definitely check that out if you're interested. There really shouldn't be, if you're like trading crypto and only exclusively crypto, you're really limiting yourself, because there will be times where the market, as we know, isn't as exciting as it is right now. I'm sure you guys are feeling it, right? Like, I'm hearing a lot of people saying they don't want to go to sleep. They can't sleep. They're rolling in their bed. They keep checking their phones. Like, it's an exciting time to be in the markets. And, keep in mind, it's not always going to be like this. These times don't last. They don't last forever. But, enjoy it while you're in it. We always talk about how I got into crypto in May of 2017. And I wasn't in at the bottom, but I was in, like, I got in around here. Yeah, this wave right here. So this was a lot of stuff going on that I missed, and I came in kind of feeling like I was missing out. But in a very short period of time, you know, it just blew off. It went crazy. And like those are really the best trades that you want to make. Is you don't want to be holding through this. You want to come in here and then just experience like a crazy bull run, right? So like that's why when talked about vet on stream, and I said, you know, if it goes over like 106, just market buy, you're gonna be fine. You know, this is the breakout, right? So would you rather buy here and hold on for, you know, 6 months or whatnot and have all that money tied up? I mean, ultimately buying here was a good move. But, you know, this doesn't have to be like a few months. This could be a few years, depending on the asset. You could hold on forever, like RSR, for instance. Or would you rather buy in this wave as it's breaking out and instantly win and then find something else that looks that way? And if you look at what's happening in markets, I mean, there's plenty of things doing this. You can find these structures across the board. And if you're just limiting yourself to crypto, you know, you're going to miss out on a lot of plays like that. So I would recommend looking at, you know, different assets, commodities, equities, you know, whatever you want. But if you know how to trade crypto, there's no need to just limit yourself to that. Let's see. Waiting on EOS. All right. So basically, I don't have too much of an agenda right now. If you want, I'll look at some of the coins that you want. We'll chill, we'll talk if you have some questions, and we'll try to keep it quick. So, you know, yeah, hodling. You like for instance, we talked about RSR all throughout 2019. I was like, you know what? I think this is going to do really well at some point, but it can do this like forever, right? And do you really want to hodl this? And people that hodled this, a lot of them sold like here or here, you know, before the real move. This once we broke over 41, like it happened live in the dojo on we were just like on a random call with the guys and we were just talking shit. We're like, oh shit, RSR just went over 41. Like, all right, everybody market buy. Like that's the level. Like you can just buy there and you're either going to be right or wrong, but if you're right, you're going to know like right away. So it makes it up to here, makes another wave here, and this one breaks out, and then it just gets mad bullish. So kind of similar to what I was talking about. You know, this is from June 2019 to February 20. So 8 months of bullshit where you could have played other things in that time frame. It's better to look for something like this that's developing. That has the potential for an explosive move right away. So let's look. All right, so we got request network. All right, I'll check that. Or CTSI. I think someone asked about that before. I believe I looked at this one with Cardi. I wasn't in love with this. Right? This could be the same thing as RSR. The only thing you have going for you is that the market conditions for alts is better than it was for RSR throughout that time. But this can do this for a long time. So personally, it's not something I'm going to play. But that being said, if it goes a bit higher, you know, I'll be interested. If it goes above 500 sats, I'm interested. But as of right now, no, not for me. But I will keep an eye on that. Tezos, we covered that one on Monday. Yeah, basically Tezos was what, here? Said it was not a good time to short. This is stalling here. You want to see follow through. If this starts to go back down, it's not a great sign. You definitely want this to break out. Like 30.0003 would be a very good sign. That's where you want. And that's kind of, it's stalled at 29. Over 30, you have a chance to kind of make that move. But as of right now, with this pullback, it's uncertain. It could do the retest of the low. I wouldn't do anything with this here. Let's see. What's up with DAG? Yeah, I see a bunch of people are shilling DAG. Yeah, it got very popular very quickly. Interesting. I know, Stillman really does believe in the fundamentals. They keep in touch with the team there. I'm not sure exactly what his involvement is. Him and Chris and the guys spend a lot of time with DAG. I mean, that's something we were playing at like 30 sats. So, went to 200. I haven't been watching it too closely, but I'll check out the chart. Request network. Let's see. Yeah, that looks good. That I like. Yeah, this is another one of those scenarios where it's at the neckline here. You want to see it do some sideways and then break again. I wouldn't buy here. This is resistance. So if you're in, let's say you entered here or something, you can manage your stops and keep your stops here, or below there, whatever you want to do. Like if this is bullish, this is going to keep going up and not go below these levels. If it goes below these levels, like it could bounce, but like ultimately there's something else going on there. It's not going to just like break out right away. So most likely, if you're in this, you want to see it at the very least. Like I wouldn't even really want it to retest. The lowest area you can go is like 225, 220-ish. That's like really kind of like max pain scenario. But if this is mega bullish, it shouldn't go below like here. It should just keep making higher lows. But I'm not certain that it will. I mean, it's right there at this neckline here. This is a resistance level. So, if this continues, it looks fantastic. And I wouldn't hesitate to play that one. Let's see. Steak. I don't know what steak is. Hot. Stillman called hot. He called that one out today. I didn't get a chance to look at the chart yet. Which pairing are you playing that on? We'll look at it on Tether. So versus USD, it made a very nice pump. This is looking quite strong. Let's see. Hot Bitcoin 65. So this is strange. I don't know what's going on there. What is it? Hot Ethereum? I don't know. Fundamentally, I'm the wrong person to ask. I don't know shit about any of these altcoins fundamentally at this point. But some of the people that I like that know their shit, they seem to like it very much fundamentally. So, they're really the people to ask. This guy says XRP looks fucked. I wouldn't be so quick to call it dead. This is a strong daily candle, good volume on it. Clearly that has happened before and it hasn't worked out well. So we can't just rely on the volume breakout to say, hey, this is bullish. Like this is literally the level it needs to get above and it's stalled below. So it's not a great sign. However, this isn't dead yet. It just, it's just shaking people out. So, we got to see. It doesn't look quote unquote fucked. If that's what you're seeing. I don't see it that way. But let's see. XLM breaking out of the range. It's got room. Let's see. Where do I look at this? Bittrex, maybe? Check it out on Binance. Oh, yeah. Nice little 10% move today. Oh, yeah. Yeah, this has got a lot of room if it keeps going. It didn't break out yet. It's close. Not yet. There's a lot of... Fucking A. There's a lot of alts in the same position. Like, you see how, like, kind of... You have this neckline here. So this whole range here, it's just, this could be accumulation, or this could be people being trapped, and then this is going to eventually dump below. But this has been going on since July. So for a whole year in this range here, eventually when this breaks, whichever direction, it's going to be a powerful move. So, you know, I feel like I've been here before where alts get so close, and it's like if they just go a little higher, they're gonna really do something, and then the market collapses. But that being said, you know, I have a lot of these look like they are gonna break this time. But look, see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like, we've tested the top of this range many times. It's been rejected the same amount. Support and resistance are meant to get weakened the more tests that they get. We haven't really tested the bottom of it too often, but if you call this, these are higher lows. But we're banging literally on this line over and over. Eventually this will break if you keep hitting it. And when it does, this is going to move. So, you know, actually I really wasn't looking at this chart, so I appreciate you putting it on my radar. I wasn't thinking about it, but now that you show it to me, I will set alerts. And you know, like, I'll be like, hey, some people, like, they get frustrated. They'll be like, why don't you just tell us what to buy right now? But like, when I look at a chart like this, just my own style, personally, I'm not buying this right now and hoping. I'd rather see it go through and then I get in. You know, it's just safer that way. And I've been burnt too many times buying right here and then watch it go back down, and then I sell, then it goes back up again. So, you know, I'd rather let it complete the confirmation of the move, being that it's hit this level so many times. And to do that, being that, you know, we're watching all these different coins, you just set alerts in TradingView. You can set your alerts, and when the alerts go off, then you know what to look at. You know, it's kind of simple. QKC. For me. Quark. That's Quark, right? Quark chain. Huh. Yeah, this is definitely doing something here. This is something. Something's going on. See? It had a fake out above this wick. So this wick right here, why is this purple? This right here, get the fake out above, rejected. Now we're having a hard time closing above. Look, this wick, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is very freaking close right here, right now. But we haven't had a daily close above this 78 sat line. I would look for that. A daily above that, like, if you get a daily close above 80, I take that as a sign. That's what I'm looking for on this one. But this is definitely pretty strong looking here. It needs to continue. So you either get the daily above 80 or a move above the high. So above 90, 92, 93, this can take off pretty quickly. So that's one that I'll have to set alerts for as well. Yeah, no problem. CHC, what is that? Chain coin? Is that still a thing? CHC, I don't know what that is. Charter Hall Group, the stock. I don't know. KNC. Let's see. This is good for me because sometimes I'll look at charts that I haven't looked at and I'll see stuff that I like. So Quark is something I'll keep an eye on. KNC has been mega bullish. And Cardi called the short somewhere in here. But we're getting... I don't know. This can do a couple different things here. Where it is right now is a no trade zone for me. So I don't know, but in general, this is a very bullish looking chart. Not the same as the other ones. So this is now above the neckline level. So most of the other alts are stuck around here, like in this wave here. This one broke above. Probably there's a good chance it retests it from the top. So if you get this and it retests, even fakes out below, then goes back above and comes out of it, the next move will be good. So watch for that retest. You could even play it. But where it is right now, not too sure. Not too sure. I don't love it. Don't love it there. Yeah, hit that like button. Quant. Do you think the team and model is legit? I don't know anything about it. RLC. Oh, let's see. It's close. See? I don't know. I'm not loving the fact that everything is so close. It kind of makes me want to exit all markets and just wait. And that's something you could do. I mean, like, everything is right there. You know, it's very, very close. I'm starting to think about it a lot, actually. And when you think about what today was like with Doge 2xing and just kind of like the level of excitement in the market, you know, it's not a bad time for this thing to cool off a bit. So I'm not sure, but I don't love the fact that everything is positionally almost in the same place. It's not great. It's not something I want to bet on per se. AR. I don't know what that is. AR. Confito. Confito. Juiced. For the new guys, that was a scam back in 2017. Confito. It was like PayPal crypto. This coin is mad bullish, but yeah, longer term, higher low on these. Yeah, right now they're not. I'm not certain of these. Most of these alts, personally, but you know, we're playing the breakouts. Some of them we've knife caught or bought on the way up based off of the trend overall, and you know, Bitcoin dominance looking bearish. We played a ton of alts. We've been playing them, and you know, people will be like, well, don't play them until you get such and such confirmation or this and that. Like, as long as you're structuring your risk right. I mean, we've lost a couple of trades, but the hit rate has been very, very high, and when we hit, we're risking, you know, we're doing like the first targets are at least like 3 to 1 R or 3 R. So, you know, if you hit 1 out of 3, you're break even theoretically, minus the fees, of course. But if your hit rate is very high and you're hitting 3 R on TP1, and some of these are hitting TP1, TP2, and TP3, which are like 5 to 8 R trades, you know, you can take risks. It doesn't hurt. If you see something that looks good, like, take a shot on it, but just don't like hodl it back all the way to the beginning, or make sure that your position sizing is such where if you're basically betting that this is the bottom and it isn't, you're not going to get killed on it. You know, what most people do is they just kind of go all in on like maybe 2 or 3 coins or 4 coins, and one coin specifically they'll put like 50% of their portfolio into, and they'll hold no Bitcoin and no cash on the side or USDT or whatever, and they'll just like kind of hope that everything just goes crazy. And you know, it's not a great strategy. It's not something that's going to work for you long term. However, you know, there are success stories. You know, I was one of them. I was in at the right time. I didn't really necessarily know what I was doing, but I was lucky in being that I happened to enter the market at the perfect time for being a maniac. And, you know, looking at where we are now, I'm not convinced that we aren't at a similar time in the cycle. So you could get lucky, but, you know, just understand that you got to sell at some point, okay? And, you know, it's never a bad thing to take profit, especially like on days where the market feels exciting, where you look down your Twitter feed and it's just everybody's kind of going crazy and shilling coins and posting their screenshots and flexing, and everybody's talking about alt season and this and that. Like anytime the atmosphere is like that, more often than not, it's never a bad time to take some profit. And, you know, I'm not saying you need to exit the market completely or open short positions, but, you know, if you kind of feel it, and I know for certain I felt it today, you know, if you made a good trade, if you were in something, like at the very least, move up your stops a bit. And if you get stopped out tomorrow, like the market isn't going to leave without you. There's going to be, you know, there's going to be plenty of opportunities to get in, right? Like it doesn't always happen like Doge where it pumps 2x in a day. That's not like, it's not the common, that's an outlier. So, you know, if you want to make it, I mean, and the truth is most people don't make money in any sort of trading. A lot of people lose, so a few people can win. You have to play seriously. You can't just like be a gambler. If you come in with a gambler mentality, you're gonna get wrecked just like you would at the casino. The same way, you know, there's some people that make their living off of playing poker and blackjack. They don't just like go crazy. Like they're gambling, yes, but they're doing it with a strategy that's very like kind of defined, and they have discipline. And it's a business to them. They're not just like getting drunk and fucking going crazy. Like most people are not going to make money like that. So if you treat trading the same way as you would, you know, your trip to Vegas once a year, it would be unrealistic to expect any other outcome than losing all of your money. So that's kind of like what I try to do on this stream. Obviously, this stream's a little bit different. Normally I have some sort of agenda or something I want to talk about, but I just kind of wanted to get a stream in and talk to you guys real quick and interact, kind of give you some give you some tips on the charts, and also see what you guys were looking at, because truth be told, you guys will bring up charts that I wasn't looking at. And, you know, like Quark chain, for instance, that was not something I was watching. But now that you brought it to my attention, it's something I'm going to pay attention to. It doesn't mean I'm going to buy right now. But if you know, based off of what I saw on the chart, I have a certain area that I like. And if it gets above that, you know, I may participate in it. So that's something that I wouldn't have seen had I not done this stream. So these are valuable to me the same way they're valuable to you. What's up, Grand Crew? Grand Crew in the house. Raiden F scaling. So if you want me to talk about the value of these and like their teams and all that, like back in 17, you're not going to enjoy this stream. It's just not my thing. You know, I don't really care. I don't care about that. If something's going to get an exchange listing, you know, or announcing a partnership or some shit like that, that's something I'll pay attention to. But like the actual long-term viability of these cryptos is like, I'm still not convinced. I'm open to it. For sure. But until I see them actually being used, and you know, the reality is the majority of these are not going to be used, right? You have to understand that. And, you know, if you're new, like in reality, none of them are being used per se by like society. So, you know, they need to figure it out. And if decentralized apps start to gain popularity and prove their worth, then I'll change my stance on that. But like in 17, I came in nose wide open, kind of like believing that all these coins were going to change the world and all these different things. And, you know, nothing since then, nothing is, I mean, we've seen some advances. I'm not going to say nothing, but most of the actual coins per se and projects and ICOs, for the amount of money that was put into them, did nothing, right? There is no popular decentralized app that everybody uses, okay? So once that happens, then I'll change my tune. But until then, you just have to assume that most of these are not going to pan out. These are very highly speculative risk assets. And, you know, it doesn't matter what they do or what they're worth. The only thing that matters is that you see these big spikes of volume here. That's somebody buying a lot of this coin, whatever the fuck it does, buying more. And throughout this whole time, somebody is buying this and then selling it and then buying it and selling it and buying it and selling it until they have as many of the coins as they can. And once they have as much of the coins as they can move the market the way they want, right? It's called cornering a market. So that's how you get a crazy pump. The only way you can get a crazy pump is when one entity has either some sort of event that causes mass FOMO in the illiquid market, or somebody had accumulated a very large position and portion of the circulating supply, and then they'll coordinate shilling and all these things, and then stop selling, and they'll wait until the volume picks up and the price is high enough, and then they'll dump right into the people FOMO buying it, providing that liquidity for them, and that's how they escape. And then they'll do it again, and sometimes it takes 6 months, sometimes it takes 10 years, maybe not 10 years, but years. Some things will go sideways like this for years and years, and then eventually break out. But it doesn't really matter what the thing does, like, just is what it is. It's just charting. The same way we looked at VET and said, okay, this is about to break out something fierce. It's just a chart. I didn't know anything about it. And, and often when those breakouts happen, you'll notice it'll be coupled with news, some sort of news event. Oh, it's the news. That's why it broke out. No, it's all in the chart. So that's why TA is important for you. Yeah, we talked about XRP. Yeah, exactly. That's kind of like, I guess you would call it like a black swan event. The fact that like these huge influencers all of a sudden started shilling on TikTok, Doge, that was unexpected. That changes things. But that's why Doge pumps so randomly that it's like, excuse me, it's consistent with the chart, like these random spikes here. For most of its history, it's done this. It has these random crazy spikes. Tomo, I believe we talked about last week. I really like what I'm seeing here. As soon as it crosses this level, it's like decidedly bullish. About 9,000 sats is the next spot for me. Takes out the top of this, then I don't know where it goes. It just goes into price discovery. It is possible. The market atmosphere is right for that. So I would definitely keep an eye on this one. This could be the dip. I'm not so completely certain there, but it's in a very bullish trend right now. I like it. I like what I see. EOS buy. It could. This isn't bad looking. It's not bad looking at all. So let's zoom out. This was a really nasty flag here. If it crosses 3K, like it can bull trap you at 3. Like over 3 it could bull trap, but kind of like where is this? Yeah, 3.5, 305. Like that could be a bull trap. It crosses 3K, everybody gets excited, then it dumps back. But I'd wait for it to get at least over 3,000 before to play this. Preferably a little bit higher. This is kind of nasty looking, but it could turn. It could turn, but I'd wait a little bit on that personally. There's better stuff to play out there. LTC. Let's see. LTC made some moves today, I believe. Similar to EOS. Not yet. It's a little bit better, but it's got room. I mean, got plenty of room, obviously, but it needs to prove itself a bit more for me. It's close. This very well could be the bottom. I like this structure. This was similar to the Binance, the BNB call, so would have been much better to play here, obviously, but it didn't go too far. I think there's a decent chance this comes out. Decent chance. I kind of like what I'm seeing on LTC, to be honest. Yeah, guys, you gotta realize that been seeing ADA getting shilled. So like ADA's like what's its market cap? Like it's got a huge market cap. Like it doesn't matter if people shill ADA like on Twitter, you know? Nobody is influencing ADA or Cardano. It's 3 billion market cap. Like some plebs on crypto Twitter are not really doing much. That's not what moves the market. If they're shilling like something that's like under 50 million, like that's a different story. It also depends on the volume. But ADA is large enough where I don't think anybody on Twitter really has an impact on that. You know, it's $1 billion volume. So like random Twitter people shilling ADA, I don't think it makes a difference. It's just a bullish looking chart. Yeah, so damn, 45 minutes. This went really fast. I didn't realize I had gone that long. I think I'm getting tired. I'll do a couple more and then we're gonna hop off. But yeah, let's see. Yeah, it's too many. I'm getting like a headache. Engine. Never doing this format of a stream again. This is the last time. Because farmers, haters. Engine. Yep, it's close. It's close. Very close. Very close. This is nice. It's got to follow through, but it's close. Not there yet. Salt around ADA. Yeah. Yeah, I think a lot of people are salty on that one. Dragon. All right, I'll end it with Dragon. Last coin. Okay. Last one. This is a crazy wave. So we're almost at the bottom of it. You know, you kind of want a long around here. This is where you want a long, or between 900 and 1,000 sats is where you long. And then if you sell up here, you're good. You're sniping off 30 to 40% each time. Could have done that a few times, right? But if this breaks above 15, it goes fucking bonkers. So definitely, like, if it goes above 15, you don't need to fade it. You could just like fucking FOMO in and ride it right to like 3,000 or whatever, 2,500, probably way higher even. Dragon, I guess. Where's the full chart? KuCoin? Is KuCoin the full chart? Yeah. Yeah, like 2,500, exactly. But, you know, like this level is what, 15,000. So it can do something crazy if it gets up. Like, depending on what happens in here. Definitely watch for that. But make sure to take profit here if you get in and it breaks out. This isn't great looking, to be honest. But you know, as long as the market stays good for alts, you know, I would be a dip buyer here in this wave. Buy the low end of the wave. If it just like completely comes out of it, then you got to manually close. I don't feel too comfortable using like a exchange stop loss on something like this because you can get like a rogue wick. Let's say you get like a crazy wick down here to like 575, then it bounces up and starts to work its way back up. You know, you're going to feel shitty if you got stopped out there. But, you know, if you start to close below like this level, like you start getting closes below 800 and you entered at 950, like you took a 20% loss. Get out and call it a day and wait to see what happens. Have a good night, Don. Mario G. Who I got, Masvidal or Usman? You know, it's a tough call. I want Jorge to win. I'd like Masvidal to win. I know Vegas has him as a big dog. Like, I think Usman is like minus 300, which is pretty fucking significant. They usually don't miss that big. I don't know. I mean, if I were to bet, I'd bet Masvidal. I think the odds are good, but there's a reason why the odds are that steep against him. That being said, I heard an interview with Poirier on Teddy Atlas' show, and Poirier said that Masvidal's been training like hard, balls to the wall for like the past month or two. So it's not like he's completely like he took the fight on short notice, but he's in shape, and I don't know what kind of shape Usman's in. So like kind of COVID throws a whole new wrinkle into it. It's hard to tell who's actually in shape and who isn't, but Usman obviously was training for Burns, who was going to be a tough fight. I don't know. Think Rose will take it this time against Andrade. The last fight she was busting her up, then she got dunked on her head. Yeah, I mean, Usman likely to win, but you know, Masvidal's tough. He's been a big dog before, and you know, this is his. I think this is his first title shot. You know, I wouldn't be shocked if he won. He's a very well-rounded fighter. That guy can fight. It's going to be a great fight. And speaking of which, the Usman Covington fight was underrated. Like that was such a great fight. I wish they ran it back. They should have did a rematch like right away. That was an awesome fight. Yeah, the card looks great. As far as Rose versus Andrade, I probably would go for Andrade, even though I'm rooting for Rose. Who else is on that card? There's Peter Yan is fighting Aldo. I got Yan in that one. Crypto Bullcoin said, I thought Dragon was going to be the next F in 2017. I mean, it basically was. Didn't it do like 100x or something? Like, it's like the next, like, yeah. It went ballistic. I mean, crazy. Yeah, I'm excited for Saturday, man. It's going to be a great card. Hopefully nobody tests positive or some shit. Anyway, I'm tired. Oh, yeah, Holloway versus Volkanovski. I don't like that fight for Holloway. Volkanovski looked really... he looked pretty dominant the last time out. I mean, I love Max, but I think Alexander Volkanovski is gonna. I mean, he might just run right through him. He looked very strong, and now in the rematch, he's got big confidence. So I mean, Max is a talented fighter, one of my favorites. But I think Volkanovski is a little too tough. He's a tough customer, that guy. I don't see anybody beating him right now in that weight class. So I wonder they need to run that back. Yeah. The fake nut shot kind of screwed stuff out. Screwed it up a little bit. The stoppage was kind of suspect too. They need to have a rematch and the hype will be so great. But I mean, what a great fight! It was a great fight. Yan easy. Aldo's overrated now. I think he's overrated. He's kind of washed up. I like Yan. Easy win for him. He's going to take him right out. Yeah, what else? Those are some great fights. What is my thoughts on Doge tomorrow? It's going to make me another $1 million tomorrow when I short it. No. Doge tomorrow. What did I say? I talked about, I'm not sure here. It probably should make another bounce. Like it can do like kind of similar to like what you saw on Dragon, like this, some shit like that. It can do that. If it does this, if it goes like this, then like here is where you buy. Or if somehow it just goes up and starts to go above, like then you have to buy it again. But most likely the first little scribble thing I drew is what will happen, I think, with this. And it won't be, I mean, that's not drawn to scale, but something like that. And then, wait. It's hard to say where it goes. It could just do this for like that. I don't know. I'd be careful with it here. But don't be scared to buy it if it continues to move. But right here, I'd be a little bit careful. Am I excited for the NBA? No, I stopped watching NBA back when, I don't know. I don't really watch it. I'll watch the finals, but not a huge NBA fan anymore. When I was a kid, I was. Like, just a huge Kobe fan. Kobe, Shaq, like those days, I used to watch. Jordan, obviously. Yeah. Let's zoom in a little bit and see. Maybe we can get a better picture. So, yeah, this is going to go back down here, most likely. If it holds down here, like in this area, like if 40 holds again, you can even get a wick below. If it holds again, like you can play that. Just, you just have to be reasonable with your target or move a stop loss up in case it makes another lower high. But it could do that and then go up. I've seen that happen before, but most likely you get this and then another lower high and then like this, that, and something down here like that, then like that. You can get that on the hourly too. Silver breakout, yeah. Yeah, gold's making an all-time high as well. Wait, what? USD. It's not there yet, but it looks like it's going to get there for sure. Yeah, bullish looking. Volume's dropping off here. Yeah, see, remember what I was talking about earlier? It was like this was supposed to be like your hedge. This is what we hedge with. Look what it fucking did. What kind of hedge is that? So lest anybody think these are actual hedges. That's just what people tell you they are. The reality is when a real crisis happens, everybody wants to get the fuck out of everything and get into cash. So then when the bottom comes in, you want to spend that cash. Eventually, everything becomes more expensive. So, stocks, gold, silver, your mom's handbag, right? Like, everybody's shit is the same. You look at like what something cost 10 years ago or 5 years ago versus what it costs now. It's the same thing, but it's more expensive. Like when I was a kid, Jordans were like the most expensive, or you had like Air Maxes. You had different levels. Like, so to me, like $100 for a sneaker was very expensive. But then like the most expensive Nike was always like 140. So you had like the Charles Barkleys, the Pippins, the Jordans. Those were always like 140. And then I think when like the 11s came out or the 12s, like they moved up, like maybe it was the 13s. It went from like 140 to like 200. I remember it was like one of those Jordans. All of a sudden it was like $200. They kept moving the price up. But it's just like, everything else, like almost everything, the price just keeps going up due to inflation. So as we're pumping trillions of dollars into, the market, you would expect prices to go up, and why would stocks behave any different, right? It's going to still, they're going to go up with that as well, because the people that have a lot of money aren't just holding on to it to watch the value decrease. They're putting it into stuff to mitigate that inflation cost. Fundamentals of Doge are a TikTok pump. That's about it. Yeah, that's about it. Premium was crazy. Everyone wanted to get it. Spot long term. Price decoupled from spot. Yeah, no, it's true. It's true. That is true. Anyway, we're on an hour. My next stream will be on Saturday. Next Wednesday, I got a special guest. I know you guys are going to like him. This guy is dope. He's real good. So I'll announce later, probably next week, who it's going to be. But I got someone special coming on next Wednesday. Next stream will be Saturday. And keep up to date with Twitter. Check out the website. We got the dojo, the crypto trading dojo on Instagram. Yeah, so me and the whole team, the admins, basically run that account, putting out charts. Like, it's like way more better content than what I put out because I'm just kind of like I just throw shit out. But the stuff that we're putting out on Insta is like very polished, thought out explanation. So if you're new to TA or you want to get into like trading stocks or even, I mean, we don't just do stocks, but do a little bit of everything on there. So check us out on Insta at trading underscore dojo. Um, yeah,